I used to think of soldiers as people who were just doing their duty. Good guys, yeah, but no names, no faces, no histories. They all blended together, all that camo and marching in line. Sir, yes, sir, you can't handle the truth. Combat in a jungle kind of stuff. Makes for good movie scenes. Dramatic moments of sacrifice. Then, my best friend's kid signed up. And I stood by watching the start of sacrifice. Early morning runs, endless drills, the pursuit of collective perfection. He was joining the ranks of countless brave men and women who gave up their freedom to protect mine. They lost time and friends and limbs and innocence. Their sacrifice started with a pledge, a code, an oath. It started with a heart to serve, a commitment to give, a promise to put others first. To those men and women, the sons and daughters, the brothers, sisters, husbands and wives, who serve, give, sacrifice, protect. We thank you. Thank you for starting.
Good morning. Welcome to Mississinewa High School. I'm Principal Steve Quaterer. On behalf of Mississinewa Community Schools, we welcome you to our annual Veterans Day program. As you can tell, we are in a different state in our nation right now with this pandemic. Normally, those of you that come to the 9:30 show, this building is full of energy. 1,300 elementary kids sitting behind you. They're not here today, but I've challenged our band and choir to replicate that energy as best as possible. You are in for an awesome show. We thank you for being here this morning. We hope that you feel honored and respected. And again, we thank you for your service. This time, I'd now like to introduce Senior Class President Maggie Labar.
In November 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day with the following words: "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the Council of the Nations." I would now ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and to remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There is a call. Some hear it like a distant thunder. Some hear it like a whisper in the ear. Some just feel it in their hearts. A deep sense of responsibility to country, to service, to something bigger than themselves. We honor those who are willing to do what so few have done because of their sacrifice and service. Our country is a light on the hill that cannot be put out. Though many have tried, those who stand and protect it are heroes, worthy of our respect and admiration, worthy of every minute of attention we give to pause and recognize the hope, the sacrifice, the honor of all who have served our country.
This dramatic song comes from The Civil War, an American musical. It brings the reality of war into strikingly personal terms as a young soldier sings of his father and his own mortality. Tell My Father features senior Joshua O'Connell and junior Caitlin Roseberry on violin.
Tell my father that his son did in Tell my father not to cry. Then say goodbye.
To me, Veterans Day is a symbol. It needs to be remembered because it recognizes all the effort that has been put into our freedom and liberty. Veterans have been through so much, and they don't demand very much praise at all. The least we could do is dedicate this day to them and show them how much we appreciate them and everything they've done for our country. Not long ago, I learned that other schools around the area do hardly anything for Veterans Day. I was completely shocked. Veterans Day should be celebrated. If we don't do anything about it, then all the brave soldiers and people that sacrificed their time, and a few even their lives, aren't recognized. I'm glad our school has made a tradition of observing this day and helping make us aware of the importance to recognize the sacrifice of these brave men and women. If we don't remember Veterans Day, or even just take some time to think about everything they've done, we run the risk of taking things like our freedom for granted. Freedom is not free. Sometimes it means going to war to preserve it. We are a blessed people. Not everyone has the same rights that we do. If we take things for granted, then we forget all the effort that was used to bring the U.S. to where it is today. In this time and state that our world is in, there is so much division. Veterans Day helps bring people together, and it reminds us that we're fighting for the same cause. All these strong and brave soldiers fearlessly risked their lives so that we could exercise our rights and remain free. They deserve to be recognized. They deserve to be remembered and celebrated. Some veterans are scarred, physically and mentally. They've endured horrors and events that are unspeakable. I know a couple of Vietnam veterans that I would never have known they served for this country if my mother hadn't told me. I've noticed over the years that if it's mentioned, they go a little quiet. It makes me wonder, what did they see? What did they have to experience? They and many soldiers sacrificed so much, some of which is unimaginable for those of us not there, all for this country. Every soldier has earned the respect and praise that goes hand in hand with Veterans Day. Every time I think about soldiers being deployed, I can't help but think about their families. Whenever I see pictures of couples being reunited, my mind always goes to families that had to receive the dreaded news that they lost a loved one. My heart goes out to them as I picture whatever their reaction might be, falling to the floor and having tears run down their face, screaming, or taking the news with a straight face and then falling to pieces as soon as they're alone. Whatever it is, they are warriors too. The soldiers and their families have sacrificed so much so that we could live our lives without having to worry about our freedom being taken away. They are heroes. Veterans Day symbolizes heroism and freedom. It recognizes everyone that has sacrificed to keep this country safe and free. They deserve the biggest thank you in the world. They are truly amazing and selfless people. We should always remember Veterans Day and show them the most gratitude and respect for all that they've done. We, as a next generation, should make sure that the memories of veterans and the traditions of Veterans Day is never forgotten.
Veterans Day to me is a day of recognition. It is a day where we honor those, living and dead, who fought for our country. It is a day where we honor the people who risked everything for our nation. It is a day where we honor the brave, who made us the free. You know, most people spell Veterans Day with an apostrophe before the S, but really, it should be after the S. This changes the meaning from the day where we honor one single veteran to the day where we honor every last one of them. To some, the difference doesn't matter, but to others, this means a lot. I remember when I was in 6th grade and I was in my first period science class, but our teacher was no ordinary teacher. She was a United States Marine Corps veteran. Veterans Day was right around that time, and we were talking about what was going to happen at the program held at the high school. Someone asked Miss Childs about the poster that she had on the wall next to her desk. She started to talk about how the poster spelled Veterans Day wrong. I had never noticed this before, but once I did, I didn't forget it. The difference may be small, but it is very significant. When we honor all of our veterans, we honor not only the fallen, but also the living. When we honor those who risked everything for our freedom and our well-being, we are honoring this beautiful country that people fight for every day. Veterans Day is a day of remembrance. We remember the people with the courage to fight for this country. We celebrate the fact that we have the people who care so much about this country, enough even to risk their lives, and that is beautiful.
Have you ever thought of how it would feel to be far away from ordinary life for months on end? Have you ever thought of how you would miss so many things? Births, deaths, and even the aging of your own child? Veterans have thought of all these things. Even knowing of all they would miss, the dangers ahead, the freedom of their country made them turn their heads and ignore it, to keep fighting. Veterans, the men and women who have selflessly decided that they would risk their lives for us. They've gone into war for us to be able to practice our very own religion, go to the school of our choice, and say what we want. For this, they deserve to have the respect of every man and woman in America. When you pass a retired soldier, remember how much they have done for you, how they have seen comrades die in front of their eyes and maybe even return home injured. All of this they have done for people they might never see in their entire lives. These retired soldiers have gone through so much for us, and even if they have not been injured or have perished, remember just how much they have gone through for you to be able to go anywhere without the fear of being attacked for just being you. Although they may not look the part all of the time, veterans are everywhere. They are not people who walk around in their fatigues. Veterans are people you pass on the street, except they're heroes. They have gone through boot camp, war, and then returning to a changed world also we could feel safe where we should. Veterans miss so much while they are at war. Could you even imagine going to war in December of 2019 and returning now? That is what some veterans have gone through. Also, we could feel safe in our homes without worrying about if we would be attacked by another country. Also, that people they will never see will live peacefully. That is what a true, generous, brave, and selfless hero does. That's why we have a day dedicated to veterans, so that we can truly appreciate the fact that they have risked their lives for us. Always remember how veterans have gone through so much for you, for us, for America. If you ever see a veteran on the street, please return the effort they have made to protect us and take a few seconds to thank them for their service. If you know a veteran, please make sure to thank them for their service every now and then. It's a few seconds of your time, but I'm sure it makes their day once you tell them how much you appreciate what they have done for us.
Our Crimson Choir presents this fast-moving medley celebrating three of our best songs for America. This is My Country, America the Beautiful, and My Country 'Tis of Thee. We lift up our voices in tribute to this great land which we love with a star-spangled celebration.
This is my country, land of my joy.
It began in 1955 at a summer workshop for teenagers in California. When those teenagers of all races and religions returned to their homes throughout the country, they continued to sing and share this song with others. Before long, Let There Be Peace on Earth was being performed at concerts, recorded by artists, and received many awards. This true song of brotherhood has traveled around the globe, spreading a message of world peace and understanding. Johnny Has Gone for a Soldier is an English folk song that laments the sacrifices that soldiers make in going off to war, leaving loved ones at home. This song was commonly sung throughout the Revolutionary War. Ole Miss Singers now presents this piece with soloist Valerie Neal and Abigail Robinson. We will forever be indebted to the bravery of all those men and women who have served our country with courage and valiant hearts. Our thanks to you is unending. We owe you our very lives. We will always hold our flag high and declare that freedom is still alive. Listen now to Because of the Brave.
cause of justice and cling to liberty and honor those who serve selflessly.
They have shown uncommon valor against the sword of tyranny
And have paid the cost that we
might be free.
might be free because of the brave. Our flag still flies high, declaring the truth that freedom is still alive. For all the blood spilled and the sacrifice made, we are the land of the free. Because of the brave. Because of the brave. Because of the brave. Declaring the truth. Declaring the truth. For all the blood spilled and the sacrifice made, we are the land of the free. 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 Because of the brave.
I love seeing things click in my son's head. It's taken the better part of the last 9 years to master the art of catching this elusive, microscopic moment. The instant he realized where hamburgers and his little sister came from have been among the most enjoyable. Third grade has taught Hudson a lot about the roots of our country. So when a business trip sent me to D.C. recently, I thought it was the perfect opportunity for a father-son trip, and for me to watch all the little dots connect in his head about what he'd been learning in school. We saw where the very first president lived.
You came all the way out here for this?
And we saw where the president lives today. My son taught me what he'd learned in school about the men who framed our country. And I taught my son about the men and women who are still shaping our country today.
And that's why the legislative branch is broken into 2 different sections.
Yeah, but why do they argue so much?
We walked in the footsteps of countless men and women who stood up for their rights. And we sat at the feet of the great emancipator, who to this day still sits vigilant over all of our rights.
He's a lot bigger in person.
Uh-huh.
I've been looking for those clicks, those aha moments, But my son surprised me. He had it all pretty well figured out. But we still had one place left to visit.
What are these, Dad?
These are our heroes, son.
What kind of heroes?
These are the heroes that made possible everything you and I saw today. These are American heroes, son.
Is that a hero, Dad?
Click.
Yeah, that's a hero.
Can we go get pizza now?
Those moments never last as long as a father would like. And today I pray that the families of these fallen can somehow feel the goodness of God amidst their loss.
Come on, Dad, I've been waiting forever.
Okay, let's go.
It is because of the sacrifices of our heroes that I have the freedom to experience moments like this. So to all the men, women, and families of those who served in the armed forces, thank you for your sacrifice. You will never be forgotten.
There are many beautiful and breathtaking memorials you can visit in America, all of which serve to remind us of great men and women and their many sacrifices. Examples would be the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument, World War II Memorial, Korean and Vietnam Veterans Memorial. This next song was written to be a musical memorial for all those men and women who never saw fame nor glory, but nonetheless strove to make the world a better place. We hope that it may remind us of the men and women who have served to help make this nation great. We now present Forgotten Heroes. The United States military is made up of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. There are currently over 1 million active duty Americans serving our country in one of those branches of the military. Each of these different military branches has a song associated with it. We would now like to honor our veterans by playing a medley containing each of these different songs titled Armed Forces Salute. If you're a veteran here today, when you hear your branch of the military, please stand and be recognized. In 2007, the world first saw the 7-part television documentary miniseries about World War II called The War. The series recounts the experiences of a number of people focusing on the effect of the war on them, their families, and their communities. We would now like to present the musical anthem featured throughout the series titled American Anthem.
As we close today, I'd like to, our guests, before we finish with the honoring of our veterans, those of you that are here today, please join me in thanking our band, our choir, our multimedia team, as well as the Mississinewa High School staff that have set this up today. Please join me in thanking them for their service. I would now ask that all veterans and family members that are here representing veterans please stand and be recognized by the group here today. Thank you for your service. I would ask that you remain standing as sophomore Nick Soltz plays taps. I would ask that everyone please be silent and be reverent in spirit. Thank you. We'd now like to close today's program with a final thank you video tribute. Thank you again for coming, and have a great day.
You risked your life so we could experience freedom. You left your family so we could be with ours. You sacrificed it all for the greater good. You have stood up so that we can have freedom and liberty. You are the heroes of our nation. You have served our country honorably, and we thank you for your sacrifice.